Hey guys, welcome back. We got some, I guess, Mustang stuff to do today.
Yeah.
We got some UMI parts. UMI is awesome, and they sent us some parts. And you know, guess what else is gonna get some UMI? Camaro here.
Sure hope so.
But yeah, they sent me some really nice parts. This is a, well, you saw in one of the videos, it was like lower control arm brackets that are adjustable. They had these ends there. I forget what they're called, but they're basically in between a rose joint or a rose, whatever that's called, and a polyurethane mount. So it's a bit stiffer, but it's not as like NVH inducing. It'll probably induce a lot of that still, but anyways, got that. We got the adjustable 2-position bracket for to mount to it. The ones from the factory are stamped steel, and they're just really weak. A lot of it creates a lot of wheel hop and whatnot. Basically all the control arms in the Mustangs were stamped steel, so they're pretty trash.
Have you ever noticed wheel hop?
Yeah, when I first got the car, when it was just stock too, no boost or anything, I remember going down the road over there next to the intersection, and I like floored it through the intersection, and all I heard was like da 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 da, and the car was like vibrating up and down. It was not good, not
Good
safe.
thing you didn't break anything.
And realistically, I just replaced them with some BMR lower control arms, the boxed ones, non-adjustable, and it actually fixed all the wheel hop. I've still never experienced any wheel hop since then, but just at the track, I want to like be able to launch better, and this will help with that. Also, the top of the differential has a bushing, and on these Mustangs goes bad, and it's kind of notorious for like a clunking sound when you're putting it in gear and stuff. So this will replace that soft bushing. It's a polyurethane one from Prothane.
Yours is probably shot too, unless it's
I
like
think
newer.
it is. I've been driving around, and if I've been cruising at like 40 miles per hour, I'll like get on the gas and let off, and I can feel the rear end like moving in and out, and not a good feeling. So hopefully that fixes it. Hopefully it doesn't introduce too much NVH. And then, oh god, this thing right here, which I'm not going to unpack yet, are some lower control arm relocation brackets. When you lower the car, the control arms, you can actually see them right there, those guys. When you lower it, the angle becomes more parallel, and you want it kind of at an angle like that, so when you launch and the weight transfers, it'll direct the weight downwards. So basically pushes the tires down for more weight transfer, more traction. So when you lower it, it makes it parallel. That basically lowers it so you can put the bar lower if your car is lowered. So it's a 3-position or a 2-position. Can't really remember. Let's see. Yeah, it's a 3-position. I can see through there. So what I've read is first position is stock, second position is like 1 inch lower, and then the third position is 2 to 3 inch low. So my Mustang's only like 1 inch lower, so shouldn't be a problem. I'll just put it on the, well, no, the first one, yeah, the second one I'll put it on. So I'm gonna start up the car, turn around, we're gonna lift it up and get to it. The only real tricky part of this is you need to drop the gas tank a little bit. You don't need to remove it. You just need to unbolt 2 things and lower it. And then I guess just working with the rear end, because anytime I've done work on the rear end before, it's all supposed to be like really straightforward, but if it moves a little bit, you might be fighting with it. So hopefully I have some tricks that might help with that. So doing your driveway is totally possible. If you have a lift, do it on that.
Hey, that must be so nice that you can just like kind of unbolt the straps for the gas tank and then maneuver it down to get to something. Yeah, F-body, no.
Yeah, this, no way.
Whole rear end has to come down for you, the gas tank to come down.
All the boomers are like, when it's discussed about cutting a trap door.
Yeah,
they're
like,
just
oh,
like,
I wouldn't buy it apart like that.
It takes me like 40 minutes to drop the gas tank.
Bullshit, it doesn't.
It's just like, okay, well, with the hatch now, I can access the fuel pump in 0 minutes.
Yeah, in 0 minutes. It's like, oh, it's there now.
Yep.
So yeah, fuck that.
The Mustangs and Ford did it better, because you just remove the back seat and there's a access hatch.
Isn't that smart?
Yep.
Wow. You know,
Just
like there's a hatch in my Bonneville. So it's like, what the hell?
Yep.
There could have been a hatch in this too, but like, nah, that's too good for them.
Here, let's see if it'll start up. The Mustang has not been great with...
Oh no, not the stickers!
The Mustang hasn't been that great with startups, because it's been having some issues with the battery. I need to get it tested.
Oh yeah. is this? This is a 9/32. What the hell? This has probably been lost for a little while. But Davis has actually said he just put on a new Pro Sport catch can, and instead of it just being vented into the atmosphere, it's going back into the intake. And so he said that the Mustang's actually been running better since he did that. So that's cool. We're probably going to be doing that to the Bonneville as well. Well, for sure we're going to be doing that with the Bonneville. And so that'll be a cool upcoming video. But yeah, the Mustang sounds so good. Besides that squeaking, I don't know what that is. But goddamn, does it sound good. Also, I found this 9/32 under your car.
Yeah, I
thought it was a 10 mil.
When I was working on the catch can, I dropped it.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
I was like, oh, this has probably been missing for a while, but I guess
Fell
not.
into the frame somewhere, I couldn't find it, and probably just fell out when I was pulling out. I'm probably gonna back it up just a little bit more, but yeah, you can see my exhaust tip's a little off there. When I was,
oh, I hadn't noticed that.
Yeah, when I was going through the fixing all the exhaust leaks and my header wrap and all that, I put this one back on and I didn't do it right, I guess.
Yeah, it's like an inch or two off.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Oh boy, but yeah, not horrible. But damn, you know, your car sounds much better. I told him that, like, you said it's been running a little bit better since you put the catch can on.
Oh yeah,
and
it starts up better.
It starts up way better.
I must have done something wrong with my old catch can.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe.
But it sounds so much better on cold start.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't sound like it was dying. Yeah, well, plus you also got a new tune.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know how much that's helped, but
he got it tuned with Lido.
I'm gonna hopefully get a dyno tune for it soon.
Ooh, that would be cool. So is Lido gonna do the tune on the dyno, like by remote?
Just have Chung do it.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys. So I'm probably gonna back it up a little bit more. We're gonna lift it up, get on jack stands, and we'll be back.
All right.
All right, guys. Once you have it up on the jack stands here, I have it supporting from the differential. You can see up here, that is the enemy. That's what we'll be replacing. So it's got a bushing there where it bolts in, and it's got another bushing right over there. Let's see if I can get a better angle. Right there that you need to unbolt. I guess it's kind of also blocked by that. It's really tight up here, so if you want to go to the extra effort, you can unbolt your sway bar and your panhard bar. It just gives you some more access, and depending on how this goes, so we might be doing that, but we're gonna go ahead and start from the top. Actually, there's a top bolt right up here that you can see. You got to remove your rear seat. There are two latches on the bottom. You pull that up, and then there's this guy. Hopefully this impact will be able to get it. It might not be able to. It's supposed to be torqued to something ridiculously high, like 250 foot-pounds or something. Yep, that does not work, so I'm gonna get the breaker bar or corded electric impact, and we're gonna take that off. There you go. We'll just leave this guy up here. We don't want to lose it. So now, kind of for the tricky part, getting up in there and
wondering how we're gonna get the impact in there. I think we can, but that's gonna be.
What I think we'll do is we'll break them loose. I also have a 21 mil wrench. I forgot to mention the bolt in there. That's 18 mil, and then the ones at the bottom are 21 mil. So we'll use this. I also have a 21 mil wrench over here. We can attempt to use if that gets us better, access to it. All right, guys, you might want to get an extension. I can't find my 1/2 inch extensions, but you get up there on that and turn it little by little. Like I said, if you unbolt these, you'll have much more room to work. You can get the full swing, but not right now with this, unfortunately. All right, guys, so what we did is we actually moved the jacks to the frame and then have the floor jack to kind of, control where this is. It just gave us some more room, because I said we might remove this, but I'm like, I know it takes a lot of work, so I'm not gonna do it. You can do it if you want, but we got that bolt undone, or the nut off, so we pushed it through. Now we're gonna go pull it all the way through. This might spring up the red, the control arm right now, just because it's under tension a little bit. Oh yeah, I might need 2 hands to hit this with a hammer. Oh yeah, you're gonna need 2 hands. Ooh. Ow. There we go.
Nice. Ew.
Is it out?
No, keep going. Ew. Oh no.
Oh, it's probably just
schmutz.
no, it's Loctite.
Oh, and paint from that. But you know what? We've had bolts like that much harder to get out than that one.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm thankful
like,
that was easy.
Literally slid out, like with no force. So yeah, then this is going to, now we need to basically go over here and let me see if I can get a good angle for you guys. There's that, another 21 mil and probably an 18 on the other side. This one we probably, well, we're not going to be able to get an impact on, but we're going to undo, you know, this by hand, kind of just with wrenches, just from straight under here. You know, there's a differential, probably work straight up. And then we have these two bolts holding the bracket on. And finally, all we need is to get to these Torx bits. These hold the straps for the gas tank, the saddlebag. We'll just lower it a little bit because the bracket right here where it connects inside the car, that's a big bolt we got inside the car, it has a little thing that goes down and it catches on here. So you lower it just an inch or two and it'll come out. And then we can be done. Well, I guess the reverse of it. Then we'll be able to compare them, I guess. All right, so we're gonna start on this and yeah, we'll be back. All right guys, so we got that nut loose on there, but there's no clearance to remove the bolt. You have to first unbolt the bracket here. So we've kind of unbolted it. We might be able to get it out now, but what we're gonna do is we're going to loosen the whole bracket first, and then we're going to pull the thing out kind of as just like a whole unit. But I guess also means I need to get the torque bit so we can undo these, but we're gonna get the impact on these, get these bolts out, and we'll be back. All right guys, just a quick little tip I just remembered. You actually don't even need to undo the nut on this one because you can just take out the bracket and the arm as one unit. So, I mean, kind of avoid that. But now that this is unbolted, you can see it kind of gets stuck right up here. That's gonna be really freaking hard for you guys to see, but right above that lip, it gets stuck. So now we're going to get the torque arm, or the Torx bit, and unbolt these two straps, which those should be really easy. We have clear access to them. And then we can just pull this out as one unit and work on putting the thing back in.
Davis, it's fine. It only took us 20 minutes to get that one bolt out.
It actually only took us 20 minutes to do this whole thing, actually. We're pros.
Pros.
All right, guys. We had a little bit of a hold up, you know, maybe like 5 minutes or something.
Oh, yeah, just 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was 5 minutes. But so we got the strap off of the gas tank. These bolts, I don't know what is wrong with them. I don't even know where it went. Here we go. This guy here, this Torx bit, this one started stripping. The other one's like pretty much stripped. I could only get this side off. It took like the full breaker bar, and I even got the electric ratchet, or the electric impact there.
400 foot-pound torque.
And it wasn't doing it all. I mean, we're using extensions, but so I got this one down all the way, and then I was able to pull the gas station down, which this will be fun pushing it back up. I guess I'll just have Tristan help when we bolt it.
Yeah.
But now with that, we can pull this out. I'll show you kind of why you need to do this, and you know, if you're lucky, you might not need to, because I've seen tons of people and tons of videos where this isn't a problem, just some Mustangs it is. But you can see the bracket is totally out. You can see that little stud that goes up into the frame, so it needs some room to drop down. But, yeah,
they designed it that way to fuck with you.
Yeah. Oh, shit. There we go.
Nice, the new one's gonna look so good over there.
Yeah, I've been wanting to replace this forever.
Yeah, you've had it for a while.
Hey guys, this came on the car stock, and here's the this guy. One reason that this is a bad design is because it is stamped steel, just really thin. It flexes, so you can see that the bolt hole actually doesn't, like, of the bracket, won't hold the bolt. So this actually has room to move like a couple mils in there, whereas this one is, you know, fit for it. This will go right into it. It's already the correct bolt hole size, so there won't be any movement there.
That's a lot smaller.
Is it?
Like that hole?
Yeah.
Like, compare that.
I'll need to look
a
up
lot bigger.
the instructions on what hole I use on this thing. If we're to kind of like look at it, I think it's the bottom one for stock. But next thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to measure these, make sure that that bushing up there is prone to going bad. It feels pretty stiff actually, but what you do is you get a drill up there and you drill through the bushing material, and then once that's kind of honed out, you get like a wire brush and just with the drill and go through and clean it up, and then you can install the new guy. So we're gonna work on that. I'm gonna get some light up there and start taking that out, and I'll show you guys. All right, guys.
Oh, just come out.
Oh yeah, come on.
Get out of there.
It's gonna be hot when it falls, I think. Here, it's kind of stopped. I'll grab it with the pliers.
Oh, what the hell? The socket is in there too.
Oh, that's not good.
There we go. Nice. Wow.
Oh my god.
I can't believe that.
All right, guys, just, another, 5-minute delay.
5 minutes is all that, Chuck.
And that's just the center part. So basically what we did, combination of fire and drilling and dremeling and
tools,
slicing. But yeah, basically you just want to cut around it. I'd recommend these serrated blades here, these drill bits. You might need a really small drill because it's really hard to get up in there, or if you have a lift. Or if you remove the sway bar or some other things that might make it a little easier. But we also used a torch, but
yeah,
be very careful with that since it's next to the gas tank.
Yeah, I would consider just starting with the drill bits and then going to the flames afterwards.
Yeah.
Fuck, that was so tough. I mean, you guys can see all the rubber left on the ground. That's just the stuff we drilled out, not the stuff melted.
All that stuff. So now what we got to do is we got to clean it out. So if you guys look up here, you can see all the way through there. So we're going to get a metal wire brush and wire brush it out.
Maybe some fire, and then we do it with the wire wheel or whatever it is, whatever we can fit in there. Do we have brushes?
Yeah, we have brushes, we have that stuff. And then this guy basically comes off in 2 pieces. I believe the thicker side sits on this side, so the driver's side, this side goes in through that way. You have lithium grease and whatnot, and I've seen that this is kind of hard to put in, but with enough grease, maybe we should just go put this in the freezer so it shrinks while we clean that.
We should. Also, it looks like if you look at that one, that thing would only come out one way.
Yeah.
Towards the driver's side.
It seemed that way, yeah.
Because it looked like it had like a little rubber flange sitting against the metal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's only really gonna come out one way and hit through the to the driver's side to come out. So that was interesting. That just sucks.
Yep.
But yeah, let's throw
this in the freezer and then start cleaning that out. All right, guys. So we're still in the process of cleaning up the inner bushing thing there. So we took the center off of the pin, and basically from here it's going to go in that way. We're going to put the pin through, and then we have this cap. We left this in the freezer, so it should be smaller, and put some lithium grease, and we're going to put it in there. And then worst case scenario, we might need to use a clamp, like a long C-clamp, and just kind of press it in together. I don't expect much hassle, but this whole thing has been, we've had a couple complications, taking up a couple, like 15 minutes maybe, but here we go. We're about to try it. All right, guys, so we got that pressed in. My best advice is to use a big C-clamp. Basically get 2 pieces of like metal. We have like 2 strips of aluminum. We had it on either side, and we basically just, did that and worm clamped it, or use the worm side of the clamp and just press it in. We might need to do the same thing with this. Add some lithium grease and slide it in. Hopefully this goes in just like easily, but this whole thing has been, one way about it. So
yeah,
but we're in the home stretch. Once this is in, we can literally put together everything else, and the only holdup will be the strap, because I need to tighten those.
Yeah, we might need to find a different bolt than the one that came out of it.
Yeah. All right, guys, this is what we meant with the C-clamp. You can see we're pushing that, the center pin in, and we have that aluminum piece on the other side, and we're just cranking away at this. Takes forever, but we're doing it.
Death, please.
Yeah. All right, guys, so after some more trials, we we got that thing in there finally. Just the clamp helps a lot. When I bought this kit from Prothane, it was a universal kit, and it was like a huge range. It was like 1996 or 1994 through like 2009 or whatever. I think this was more for the SN95, not S197, because the cap diameter, this is like the diameter of the actual housing, so it literally can't go on. This doesn't like stretch to go over it, and even if it did, I think this would add too much thickness, because I put the control arm up there and it fits like perfectly. So we're not going to bother with it. We tried a little bit, but it's still got rubber on there. So next point is until you can get it to alignment shop, you just want to have this the same length as the stock one, which this is a stock length BMR unit. This one is the UMI, obviously, so I just measured from the holes that it connects to and then adjusted it. It takes an inch and an 1/8 wrench and an inch wrench. You basically just loosen this jam nut, then you can turn the whole thing and then, you know, lock it down. And then with this extra stuff, if you needed to basically adjust it on the car, which is an on-car adjustable, you just break this top nut loose, and then you get the inch wrench on this, and this will, you know, suck it in or take it out. So I'm gonna tighten this down. We're gonna get that new bracket on, which this thing should be pretty easy to get up there. I mean, it goes in just the same. Yep, we're gonna go and do that. We unfortunately, I don't think have enough time to put the relocation brackets on, but luckily I actually have a video on it where I installed those ones. These are gonna be better for me overall. UMI.
Different?
No.
They're not
even different. But these ones were used, these are new, plus UMI was willing to send them out and stuff, so yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and hopefully not struggle with this too much, get this in, and we'll be right back. Yep. All right guys, as you can see, we have the new bracket up there. Tristan was just up top and grabbed the bolt through the top there. I just got everything loose. My advice and recommendation is to basically, when you're working on the rear end or suspension components, leave things loose, don't tighten everything down until everything's together. That way if you need to move stuff around, you can do so. So I have this. The control arm actually now all lengthened properly. I'm gonna get these through with some bolts and put the nuts on them, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tighten everything down that we need to. That way we don't mess up anything. That way in case like the differential moved around at all, it'll basically pull it in once we tighten everything. Hey guys, welcome back. We're just struggling and dying. Finally got that, well, that's the strap bolt for the gas tank. This one was stripped. I couldn't remove it. It was literally just when I was turning it left to loosen, it was just skipping all the teeth. Turning it right still worked, so that one is going to stay until, you know, I guess we have to replace the gas tank, which for, you know, not a very high priority thing. The other bolt up there is replaced with the actual bolt, so that's nice. I won't have to deal with, you know, that on that side, and I only really needed to lower one side to get to it. But you can see up there, there is the new bracket and the new control arm. We had to adjust it a lot. I know I sent the length already, but we had to just adjust it because his side was off and my side was off, and just back and forth, and we had to get a pry bar in there to get the bolt through. Once the bolt was through, that's all it took.
All it took. Easy.
Pretty quick.
It was only
pretty quick job.
It's only 4 hours.
So now all we have to do is the bracket to control arm bushing, the differential to control arm bushing, and then the top bolt. And then we're done. We'll set it on the ground. It'll still need alignment, and there's a way you can actually do it yourself. Basically, this sets the pinion angle. So from looking this way, it sets how the differential is pointed this way towards the front of the motor, that way. I have a diagram I've made before where I explain this, so I'll put it again on screen. You could do that. I actually have a magnetic angle finder I bought for this, but it's too late today. I'm not going to do it today. I'll probably do it another day, or I might just send it and drive it to the alignment shop, and then they'll be able to fix it themselves. So now we have that on. We have adjustable lower control arms, adjustable upper control arms. We do have the BMR lower control arm relocation brackets. Those will be replaced with the UMI, just not today. And I have that installation video if you guys want to see it. So we're gonna go ahead and tighten this all up. We'll probably get a quick test drive, see how it is, and yeah, we'll be back. All right guys, we just finished up. My hands are raw, beaten up.
Your face is just covered in black specks.
Grease. Yeah. Yeah, so we basically got everything torqued down to, you know, torque spec levels.
Yep.
We did the best we can. There's really no way to get like specific tools in there, but you know, we gave them it all, and that's what I did last time when I replaced the control arm. So it held and it was still really tight. So we also got some grease in it. There's just a Zerx fitting on the bottom. You just pump it full of some grease. I have some Mobil 1 or Valvoline. I don't know what this is. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it up. Clean up all our tools. You know, what they say, like when you're cooking, is you want to clean up while you cook. We do the opposite. We just make a huge mess.
Yes.
Just a huge mess.
But then again, I mean, like cooking, it really makes sense. You might need a tool that you put away, right?
True. But
I'm
yeah,
just gonna
now
do
we're
that.
done with this garbage guy here.
And now we're gonna go on a test drive.
Yep, we'll
after
see
this is clean.
how it goes. All right, guys, let's see if this was all worth it.
Oh no, now it doesn't start.
All right, guys, got the AC on because, you know, I'm all about that cushy life. There you go, a little bit more. There we go. All right, so the car is like completely cold. Sometimes it kind of jumps in gears and whatnot. Wow, it moves.
That is crazy.
It do be like that sometimes.
That's what we're gonna say about Project F. Wow, it moves.
This actually, oh Jesus, I felt that. Holy shit. It upshifted really hard. Let's get it on a straight road and see how straight it drives. Seems to be pretty straight. Oh yeah, I hear that. See how bad the...
Yeah, I saw it was on 20.
Yeah, when it's cold, it just is like that. I don't know. I need Chung on the stat.
It's lean as fuck.
I don't really hear much more, you know, noise.
Yeah.
MVH or whatever. I've heard noise, vibrations, and harshness. That's what it's called. It's about to die. It's chugging. 20.
It's 20.
It's chugging. Come on, pick it up.
Oh, now it's blinking. What does it mean when it blinks?
It means it's like below 20.
Oh.
It kind of like flashes so you can be like, oh crap. Bug in here. There we go.
Had to kill a bug.
There we go. All dead now. That is not the rear end. That is the exhaust. Like I said, the exhaust tip is a little far out and it taps on things sometimes. Well, there it went. The boost kicked in right there. It was in a higher gear. I had to figure out how to downshift once the boost kicked in though. All right, guys, the recording, or the GoPro just died, so you didn't get to see the last couple rips we did, but this thing feels freaking awesome now. It does actually have a new catch can system, which we'll be doing a full installation on the Bonneville here soon.
Yeah, Pro Sport one.
The Pro Sport. Maybe I can just show them a quick little peek of it.
Yeah, I think you should.
Here we go, pop the hood. You gotta put that clip in of Fast and Furiously, pop the hood. So there it is, guys. Pro Sport 20-ounce catch can.
This thing's massive,
with
guys.
some one-way valves for the PCV. Before, I just had this really crappy vented setup, and
which I also have. On
I didn't think it was crappy to begin with, but yeah.
Dude, this thing's massive compared to this.
So this thing basically has crankcase pressure coming into the bottom with no vent or no one-way valve, and then this line here goes to the intake with a one-way valve, and then this line goes to the actual vacuum portion with a one-way valve. That way it doesn't create a vacuum leak, and it improves vacuum at wide open throttle for the catch can separator. And yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. So this will be going in the Bonneville here soon. Hey guys, just wanted to go over basically just how to set the pinion angle on the Mustang here now that we have the adjustable rear upper control arm. It's pretty simple. I just wanted to do it, get out of the way, because during the test drive, I could tell the pinion angle is just a little off, and after measuring it was just a bit. So what you do is you get one of these magnetic, it doesn't actually be magnetic, I didn't even magnetize it to anything, I just used it. But what you want to do is you want to find a flat spot. So in this case, I'm going to use the crankshaft pulley and the tail housing of the transmission, or like the output shaft, are going to be on the same plane, so you want to measure that. That's going to be your fixed position. Let's see if you can get a good angle of this, guys. But what you do on the front part of the crankshaft right there, it is measuring 7 degrees. So with that 7 degrees, we know that that's going to stay the same. Then what we do is we get a square and then put that on. It actually is magnetized to it, so I guess I did use that function. But this way we can put it on a flat, you know, surface of the pinion and get a measurement off of it. So if I can hold it still, you guys can see right there, it is right at 6 degrees. It's actually 6 right there. It's just fluctuating plus or 1, you know, tenth, because I'm doing it by holding it one-handed, you know. So with that, I know that this is set. I can now go ahead and, if you guys can see it, tighten up the lock nuts on that and anchor it down. What you want to look for is on like a stock bushing, you know, I don't even know how you'd have an adjustable stock bushing, but stock is like 3 degrees of difference. If you have a polyurethane bushing, it would be about 2 degrees. And if you have a spherical bearing like this and, you know, pretty stiff stuff, 1 degree, because what the goal is, when the car launches or you're accelerating, the differential will want to turn like that, and that's what the center control arm controls. So what you want to do is have a little offset, because the goal is to get the output of the transmission and the pinion on the same plane, parallel. Even if it, you know, has a drive shaft going at an angle, you want it parallel still. So when you're under acceleration, the differential will shift, so you offset it, so once it shifts, it puts it at a parallel angle. So if you have a stiffer bushing, you put it at a closer, you know, number. So I have it 1 degree off because it has a spherical bushing, and some polyurethane stuff has no factory bushings anymore. You can, you know, do half or whatever. Good rule of thumb is just 2 degrees. That's pretty safe. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up and give it one more test drive and see how it feels. All right, guys, testing out the car. Feels much better than it was before. Really, I'm so surprised that it didn't add like almost any more NVH, you know, noise, vibrations, harshness, or anything like that. Like, it made it feel smoother, because the issues I was having at the rear end, the bushing was just out, so it would allow so much movement in the rear end. But it feels so much better now. And the only whine you'll hear from the rear end is just because the differential was installed pretty poorly by a shop. So I'm going to be installing a Detroit True Track differential here soon, and probably some new gears, because the 373s are a bit too aggressive with the 6R80. Put on the good old paddle shifters here. So we're going to see how this thing does. That was just like part throttle, and it just pulls so well. It just feels so good when you're in a gear and it's just pulling and everything feels smooth finally. Like the rear end didn't move at all. It felt so good. Well, guys, I just want to go ahead and again thank UMI for giving us these parts. It was awesome. Makes the car handle so much better. Fixes common issues when you lower a car. Just robust pieces of hardware that they provide, which is awesome. So again, thank you guys, UMI. If you guys are interested in seeing some of our other videos, we have a bunch of other installation videos, lots of project builds. We got this turbo 3.8 being built right now, fabricating. Finally got details on my welder when I'm getting it. I'll be able to finish welding all that up. But for now, that'll do it. Be sure to leave a like. YouTube pushes videos to get likes. Be sure to comment down below and subscribe.